What's going on, guys? It's time for board games. This is Dice Squad. My name is Adam Campbell, and I'm Marshall Dice.
And I'm Todd Evangelista, and I'm General Dice.
And we are... What's up, guys? This is Dice Squad, the only show back and with a vengeance. This is Dice Squad, the only show that Smeagol would die for. Known as Adam Campbell.
And I am General Dice, also known as Todd Evangelista.
And this is the only...
And we are live here at Groundhog Day Gaming Retreat with
Andrew Burkett.
There's Batman. It looks like another episode of Dice Squad.
That's right, old chum. Shout out to my friend Keith.
Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell. And we have a couple new members here of Dice Squad here on the show today. We have
Rosie Dice,
known as
Rosemary Campbell,
Known as James McAwee.
and this is the only show where we have a sexy receptionist with headphones on.
The only show that you get pie with that receptionist.
And the only show where that receptionist shoots us and steals our pie.
And we are live here at Origins Game Fair 2016 with
Timothy Zahn, who's not an officer of anything.
I'm here at Origins, and you guys need to check out the Dice Squad because they're awesome.
Brotherwise Games, telling you to watch Dice Squad. They're the true boss monsters of game
Makes romance work, and that is why I am here with Dice Squad.
I'm Gannis the Goblin, and I'm watching Dice Squad. Why aren't you?
Hi, I'm Erica Bird, and you're watching Dice Squad, Liz. And we're telling you this
We are on your show, and you know...
Good.
Get out of here, guys.
The Quags games. I did some Dungeons & Dragons, some Pathfinder, some...
Awesome.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Dice Squad. I am Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell.
General Dice, Todd Evangelista.
And hey, General,
What's that, Marshall?
guess what?
I am going to guess that we are nearing the apocalypse, even though I've guessed it before.
You would guess wrong, because guess what this show is?
I said, I'm going to guess the Dice Squad.
Oh, yes, but this is the only show where we're celebrating our 50th episode! Woo! Yeah!
I couldn't be more excited.
Can you believe it? 50 episodes.
That's right.
Not 100. We're not there yet, but 50.
Sadly, I've only been in 48 of them. But this is our 50th episode.
This is. And guess what we're talking about today?
Crystal Pepsi.
No, although that is delicious. Have you tried that yet?
I have not.
It's good.
I
It
was
almost
not
looks-
on that show.
It almost looks like water,
It does.
but it tastes like Pepsi.
Clear.
But besides that, we're talking about something that goes all the way back to the beginning of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It is Pokemon.
Yes. Many... And that goes back to my Middle Ages, where I learned about the Pokemons. Yes. Ash and Mitzi and
Misty.
Brock. And they're leaving school and wandering the towns to find Pokemon and battle each other instead of learning about math. That's right.
Very true, General. Very true. But do you know how it started?
It started as an idea.
It did. Good guess. It started back
I'm
in
getting better at the guesses.
1995.
Mm-hmm.
Satoshi Tahara in Japan had this idea
Right.
of capturing monsters and putting them in tiny little balls and putting them in your pocket.
Ah.
And he called them pocket monsters.
I see.
And when it came over to the Western, because we're the Western side,
We're Western.
they called it Pokemon instead.
Doesn't Pokemon mean pocket monsters?
It does.
Okay.
You're
then.
catching on.
I knew that much. I also know that the plural of Pokemon is Pokemen.
Pokemon, yes.
And Pokemens, maybe. Pokemons.
Well, in order to produce this game, Pocket Monsters or Pokemon, it was on the original Game Boy. This is the Game Boy Color.
but on the original Game Boy in Japan, they released Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Green version.
I did not have any Game Boys. I had no Nintendo products.
Neither did I until early when I was like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got a Game Boy Color,
Mm-hmm.
when Pokemon came over to the
that's
West,
right. It was in color.
Well, not yet. It was originally in green and black, but
Right.
then they made the color version.
Yeah, they put a thing on there so if you squinted, you could see the colors. Yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
They released Pokemon Blue version and Red version over in the West.
Right.
They dropped the green and they made blue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I, as you can see, have a box of the original Pokemon Blue version.
Mm-hmm. I did not realize that this was going to be so archaeological.
It is, because Pokemon's like the best.
Well, when you go, I'm so used to like a phone where you could play games on it and it looks pretty good. But then when we see what we had in 1996,
95.
not 95, because it was a year later when they came out with the color.
That's true.
Then you can see like, oh my gosh, you guys were like cavemen back then.
Something like that.
It's prehistoric.
Well, flash forward to 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Wizards of the Coast had this great idea with Nintendo.
I asked a kid once, when did Columbus discover America? And he told me 1992. And I said, correct. Columbus discovered America in 1992 because he was upset about the canceling of Twin Peaks. Yeah. And then 3 years later, Pokemon.
Excellent tie-in.
So Columbus, 3 years after, Pokemon.
But in 1999, Wizards of the Coast released Pokemon, the trading card game.
Uh-huh.
And it took America by storm.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. I remember watching the cartoon.
Right. There was also the cartoon.
On a VCR.
On a VHS tape.
On a VHS tape.
Not Betamax.
No, this is way past the death of Beta.
Well, when I was the age of 7, my parents introduced me to Pokemon, and every morning before school, I'd always watch it and see the adventures of Ash and Misty.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I went to school one day.
I believe it's Mystique is her name. But
no, that's X-Men.
Oh, I'm close.
We're talking about Misty.
Misty and Brock, yes.
I went to school, and everyone was telling me about Pokemon. I was like, oh, yeah, I know about Pokemon. They're like, no. It's a trading card game now.
Ah.
And I was
gone from the electronic version to the cardboard version.
Correct. And man, at school, it was like recess turned into like a black market. People were trading cards left and right. And you'll never believe what my first Pokemon card was.
I will guess Mothra.
No, that is a Godzilla villain.
I am close, though. There is a moth. One of them is a moth. You cannot deny that.
Well, it was a pony.
Mr. Mime.
No.
Oh, damn.
It was a Ponyta.
Ah.
But then the more kept coming, and eventually I had a big collection. But little did I know that these cool cards that had art and pictures, and they were just kind of cool to collect, it was also a game.
Mm-hmm.
A game that I play at my local hobby shop.
Mm-hmm.
Not recess.
And that's what we're talking about today.
It was the Gamekeeper. And yes, that's what we're talking about today.
Trading card game, or as we in the trade call it, TCG.
Yes. And actually, a year and a half ago, my friends and I actually got back into Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of the newer cards in my binder. And I still...
Mm-hmm.
If I flip a few pages back, I still harken back to the original.
Right.
And I still have some of my original Pokemon cards.
Can you use them in the game today?
No, you cannot, because actually, things have kind of changed a little bit.
Oh.
See, after the release of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, which are different versions of the video game.
Oh, because Red and Blue.
Correct. The Pokemon Company decided to take the contract back from Wizards of the Coast and release the game themselves.
Right. Saying in a letter, you've screwed this up enough, we're going to fix it, as I recall.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been many inclinations of Pokemon. But
Incarnations.
Incarnations.
Yes.
Thank you for correcting me.
Anytime.
But General, I'm going to teach you today how to play the Pokemon Trading Card Game 2016 version.
And I have played this once, and I won. So I'm 100% on my. I'm 1 for 1.
Alrighty. Well, we each start off with a 60-card deck.
Mm-hmm.
I have my deck.
And you have loaned me this deck.
Correct. My brother's deck, actually.
Which I assume is inferior.
Well, he's beat me a few times.
All right.
So we have already pre-shuffled these decks.
Mm-hmm.
What you're going to do is you're going to set...
Wait. First, I'm going to cut your deck.
Right.
Do you know why?
Because it is complimentary to offer your deck to your opponent.
Right, and you may cut mine. But I was told by the person who taught me this game first that if you're playing with your child, you must teach them to cut the deck because the other person should be assumed to be a cheater. All right?
Fair enough.
There you go.
So
and yet, when I was playing other games, just regular board games, they were very honest to a fault. All right, now I have this token. It's a penny.
Now, in the original, whenever they would give you a deck,
Yes.
they give you a bunch of damage counters, and they give you a coin. Now, normally, back in the day, those coins would be metal. They'd have the awesome, cool picture of Pokemon on them. But the problem with those metal coins is every time you flipped them, it would cause a bunch of racket, or it would fall, or...
yes.
So they decided to make a plastic coin to make it a lot easier when flipping. That way you're not, like, banging around the table.
That's right.
And you offer to your opponent, you say heads or tails.
And I say heads.
All right, and I will flip the coin.
Wow.
And it is heads. And you can choose to go first or second.
I will go second because I don't really know what I'm doing.
Okay.
But we draw 6 cards, right?
Not yet. Or yes. You draw 7 cards. 7 cards.
7 cards, my bad. And you draw them one at a time. And then you get to look first because you have the option of a mulligan, right?
Well, both players have an option for a mulligan.
But you choose first before I even look at my cards, right?
Well, we both look at our cards.
Okay.
And we both look for if we have a basic Pokemon in our hand. I have one, so I'm going to set one out in the center.
Okay, I have 2.
Okay, so you can set one out, and you can also set it on your bench. Now, on your bench, you're allowed up to 5 Pokemon on your bench.
All right, but if we didn't have a basic Pokemon, you would get a mulligan, and you would get to shuffle and draw again.
Drop back up to 7.
And you would actually get 7, not 6.
Correct.
Okay.
What happens, though, is that when you mulligan, if you were to mulligan, I would get an extra card because I gave you the option to get 7 new cards again. You're looking for that basic Pokemon.
You get a free draw. Okay.
Correct. Now, before we flip over our basic Pokemon, we also set out 6 prizes. This is how you win the game. If you're able to claim all 6 of your prizes, you win the game. Now, playing a whole match with 6 prizes would be long and tedious, so we're just going to do a quick battle to show you guys how to play.
Oh, the 6 prizes come from here.
Correct. They come from your deck.
Okay, so we go like that. And also, when I played at Origins, while I was waiting for Marshall, who said he'd be back in 1 minute, and 2 hours later he still had not returned, I played this game, and the guy taught me how to play, and he had all the things, and we had mats that had an area for where your prizes were. So if you're interested in the game, you can bling it out.
Well, you actually get a mat when you buy a starter deck.
You don't even have to bling it. It comes blinged. Pre-blinged.
But if you want to step up the game and get a nice professional mat, you can. It just costs a little extra.
I getcha.
All right, so we have our cards. We're all set up, ready to battle?
Ready to battle.
Let's battle, General.
Machop.
You choose Machop. I choose Regice.
Okay. Also, knowing the secondary stages of the guy is helpful.
That actually is up in the left-hand corner of the card, actually. So you chose to go second, so I'm going to go first, and I'm going to draw a card.
No, this says basic. Does not say who's the next guy, who he turns into.
Well, that's Machamp. You want Machamp.
Machamp.
So I have a Regice in the field. I drew a Remoraid, which is our basic Pokemon. I'm going to put him on my bench.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have an Energy. Now,
wait a minute. Are you supposed to draw? No, you don't get to draw because
I do. I get to draw.
Okay.
I just can't attack this turn because I'm starting off first.
Okay.
Now, unlike the TV show and video games where you don't need special, you can just tell your Pokemon to attack. In the card game, you require Energy. Now, Energy can be of all different types. Nowadays, there's like 16 different types of Pokemon, so there's all the different types of energies. And depending on what attacks you want to use on the cards, it all depends on what energies you need.
I need punching energy.
Correct, a fighting energy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I need a few more energies to get my attacks. But my attacks are going to do more damage than his Machamp.
Mm-hmm.
His Knuckle Punch will only do 10 damage to me. Whether if I power up my Ice Beam, I can do 30 damage.
Ah.
So I'm going to play a Water Energy on Regice.
You play the energy on them?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, seeing as how I can't do anything else because you only play one energy per turn.
Right.
I'm going to pass turn to General.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so the first thing is I have a basic guy, and his name is Landorus. And he is, I don't know, he wears a piece of wood on his neck. Anyways, then I have strong energy, and I'm going to play it on this guy.
Now, new to the game, these are special energies.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the original, which just had basic energies, these are special energies, which give special bonuses playing on Pokemon.
Right. And this will make my punch do 20 more points.
Correct.
So I punch you.
Right. Whoever's second in the game can attack.
Right.
So you can attack me, and you're going to hit me for 30 damage.
30 damage.
All right.
And you put a 6-sider with a 3 on it. How much life do you have left?
I have 90 hit points left.
Okay. So, can I power him up to this guy?
Not yet, General.
Okay.
That's a Machamp. You have to evolve him up to the second stage and then third stage in order to get to the Machamp.
Oh, Machamp it says stage 2.
Right, you need a stage 2 in order to power him up. Evolve him. The technical term.
What? Okay, so why is stage 2 not after basic? Is there a stage 1 I'm missing?
No, so here's how it goes. This is stage 1.
Then this is stage 2.
No, that's not stage 2. That's stage 3.
Please rewind your video and go back to where Marshall told me you're looking for Machamp.
That's Machoke.
Evolves from Machoke.
Oh.
I gotcha. Evolves from Machoke, and then this guy says, sorry, we're not going to help you know what you evolved to. So, is that Machoke there that is in the picture?
That is true.
All right, so this is stage 3, even though it says stage 2.
You need the stage 2.
Huh? I need the stage 2 because this guy is not Machamp. It's showing you that you're missing Machamp. This is Machoke. This card that I have, right?
Sure, why not? We'll go with that.
Doesn't make any sense. Why not just... I mean, this is a game for kids. Why not put 1, 2, 3? What's the point of that? Okay.
You heard that. You heard from here, Nintendo.
Yeah. All right, great.
So you're going to hit me for 3. So now it's my turn.
All righty. Oh, I forgot to draw my card.
Well, yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to play another Remoraid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to play a double colorless energy.
Double, what is it?
Now, a double colorless energy gets me 2
and
energies.
So you actually have 3 energy on him.
Correct. So I can do Resistance Blizzard. Now, Resistance Blizzard does 70 damage to your Machamp.
Does it?
Which knocks him out.
Wait a minute, let me read this. It says, isn't this Machop?
Your Machop gets 7, right.
Right, okay, so I got 70 damage, and he is in the garbage?
He's knocked out.
It says Where's hit points on here?
Hit points are right up there in the top corner, the right-hand
Okay,
side.
and then weakness, it says if you hit me in the eye, it's ×2.
Well, that's psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
If you're fighting a psychic Pokemon, it's ×2.
So, he's gone. What happens to my energy?
It also goes to the discard pile.
All right, discard
and
pile.
I take a prize.
All right, because you knocked a guy out.
All right. Your go. You have to send one Pokemon into battle.
And then I have to send him into battle because he's where I am. First, I draw a card. Oh, look, it's a rare candy.
That would have been helpful to summon your...
Yeah, the other guy. He would have jumped up and... Okay, so this guy needs what? This guy needs 1 for Shout of Power or 3 of any kind for the other thing he does. All right, so I'm going to put down 1 energy, and I'm going to hit your guy for, looks like 20.
All right, I will take another hit point of 20.
Oh, wait a minute. It has a thing. I can't put anybody else in my bench.
Okay,
So
not a problem.
I have a thing. It does an extra thing that you can attach an energy to one of your guys on the bench. But I don't have a guy on my bench, so I don't have to do that.
All right, so that means my turn.
Okay.
Draw another... All right, I'm going to play an energy on my bench now to pump up my other Pokemon. And I'm going to hit you for Resistance Blizzard for another 70.
And he's dead.
Nope, he still has 120 hit points.
Oh, wow, he's pretty good.
So you got one more turn on him, General.
I have 50 hit points.
I'll put another 70 on there for you. Your go.
All right. I can't help noticing that 6 and 2 is 8. That'd be 80. All right, so it's 70 damage. Okay. You have passed the turn to me, so I look at this thing. Oh, I have a trainer.
Trainers are special cards, which can be played. You can play 1 trainer per turn.
Yeah, but he switches your guys. I don't want your guys switched. I want to kill off your guy as soon as I can.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Right? Don't I want to kill your guy? So I can get a candy or whatever?
And a prize?
Yeah, prize.
I mean, if you want to. Normally, most people use a Lysander to swap out their Pokemon while they're trying to bump up their Pokemon.
Oh. Well, that's different. And I'm going to say, what is this? I'm going to Scorched Earth.
All right, that's a stadium card. What happens is that when you play a stadium card, it affects Pokemon on the field or on your bench.
Okay.
This is Scorched Earth. So once during your turn, you may discard a fire energy or fighting energy from your hand, and if you do, you draw 2 cards.
Okay. And I draw 2 cards. And I got a basic guy, Landorus again. Can I put 2 of the same guy out?
No, you can't. You can't do a double battle. You have
All
one
right.
person, 1 Pokemon per turn.
But if you folks out there have played Pokemon Go, you'll realize that you can have more than 1 of the same type of Pokemon. You can have like 60 or 70 of the same type.
You can have him on your bench if you wanted to.
You just said I couldn't.
You couldn't have him out to battle. You can have him on the bench.
All right, so I'm going to put him on the bench.
All righty.
All right, and then I'm going to pop you for 20 again.
20, you got it.
Okay.
All right, my last turn. I draw.
Oh, if I had swapped you, you wouldn't be able to do that freeze ray you've been doing.
Now you're catching on.
Yeah.
But it's too late for that, General. Regice, use Resistance Blizzard.
Okay.
And then you're knocked out.
And then I'm knocked out, and then all my good stuff goes away.
That's correct.
Okay. And then this guy comes out again.
And that's how we would continue. And that's the Pokemon trading card game.
It's actually much better than it seems. The game I played with the other guy, going through the whole time, it was pretty good. But this is the game, folks. I don't like that your mana gets thrown in your discard pile.
Well, we didn't play enough into it. There are certain cards that can help you get mana back into your deck.
Yeah, or energy, because energy is not trademarked like mana is.
True. Very true.
even though it shouldn't be. All right. So I almost got you. I was too slow. I should have put this guy with all the energy back in and then brought out this guy who couldn't do anything, or this guy who can only do his water gun? No, what's he doing?
Ion pool.
Ion pool.
Which I could discard your stadium.
No, you were hitting me for 80 points. Where's that?
No, this guy does different attacks.
Oh, this guy could have been put back here, and then he couldn't do that. Ah,
correct.
Gotcha. All right, well, now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
And knowing is how you know stuff.
So, General, your thoughts on Pokemon, the trading card game?
Waste of time.
Really?
Yes. All you're doing is trying to make combos with your deck, and it's a money sink, and there you go. And the theme is not that great. You know what would be a great theme? 3 kids wandering the countryside, talking to a nurse. That's what I like. But
well, unlike my counterpart here, Pokemon has been a big part of my life. And actually, in February of this year, do you know Pokemon celebrated their 20th anniversary?
I only know that because you told me before the show. But yes, I do know that. Now I know.
And it's actually hard to believe. Growing up,
and knowing is half the battle.
That is true. But growing up, I actually quit playing Pokemon for a while because I thought I kind of grew out of it. But now that it's been 20 years, there's now Pokemon Go. Pokemon is back in full swing. And did you know, General, I actually got to meet the original voice actor, Veronica Taylor, who voices Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum.
I met her at New York Comic Con.
And she does the American version.
Correct.
Yeah.
But not anymore, though. That's a whole other story. We're not going to get into that.
I stopped watching the TV show when they decided, you know what, we should make this more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah.
That's another card game we could review.
There's another one. But this, and then remember, there was more flipping in the game I played.
Well, I think when the Wizards of the Coast version had more random to it. The Pokemon version of Pokemon TCG, try to say that 10 times fast, has more combos than randomness.
And I don't know, when we didn't have a coin for the one I played, and I was just like, well, we got tons of 6-siders. Let's just do a roll-off. No. Can't do that. We have to flip a coin.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because nowadays
then you go first. Then
that's what more people do because it's more able to be random than flipping a coin. You could try to actually predict what the heads or tails are gonna be. With a die, it's just easy just to roll and see. Okay, I'm evens. It's heads. I go first.
Yeah. So no, this doesn't wow me. I'd give it a 4.
4 out of 10, really?
4 out of 10.
Our 50th episode, a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I've had my chance to play this game many times, and I finally took it because I was a latchkey child. I was left at Origins at the giant Pikachu, and my family never came to pick me up. So I was just stuck there playing Pokemon. But they also took pity on me, and they gave me a bunch of free promo codes. I don't know what those promo codes are, or what they're for, or if they've expired.
You poor.
But we can give them away.
Poor kid. But for me, I'm going to give Pokemon. Now, this is the first for me because as you can see, I love Pokemon. I'm going to give this a nice 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Not since. No, I think I gave Star Realms 10 out of 10, and maybe Splendor 10 out of 10.
Well, for our 50th episode, I thought 10 out of 10.
It does not happen that often. No, it does not. I think this is your first 10 out of 10, isn't it?
This is.
Wow. Okay.
So, General, our 50th episode. Do you think we're going to get up there to 100?
I do think we will. The only thing that stands in our way is what people don't know is that we just finished doing a play of Jekyll and Hyde. That's why we always seem to go on these hiatuses, but we're not. We're doing other things, and then that happens. So life gets in the way. But we will do 100 episodes. I am sure of it.
We will. If you keep watching, we'll keep making them.
And no matter what, two of us as a team, always top notch.
That's right, because that's what Pokemon teaches you.
When we're not a team, what you get is a guy drinking Crystal Pepsi. But there you are.
And with that, I'm going to go catch some Pokemon. How about you?
I am going to set some Pokemon free from their tyrant captors.
All right, well, from all of us here at Dice Squad, celebrating our 50th episode, this is Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell.
God Evangelista, General Dice.
And we're telling you, you got to catch them all.
And you got to be the very best.
Like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test.
Yeah.
To train them is my cause. Pokemon, gotta catch them. It's you and me.
Pokemon.
I know it's my destiny.